Today's youth need teachers, volunteers, and most of all, well, they need you. I'm Doug Edwards, and I'm going to be talking with real youth mentors and students to give you the knowledge you need to be the best youth worker possible. This is Youth Worker on Fire. Well, Merry Christmas week to you. There's a few scriptures that I think we're familiar with. If you go to church, if you haven't gone to church and this is all new to you, even though this is Youth Worker on Fire, I know how that could be. Here's some scriptures that I love. For a child is born to us, a son is given to us. The government will rest on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Isaiah 9:6. Isaiah 7:14 says, she will give birth to a son and will call him Emmanuel, which means God is with us. Matthew 1:21, and she will have a son, and you are to name him Jesus, for he will save his people from their sins. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. John 3:16. Now, I loved reading you those verses. I'm sure that you're going to like listening to them. I would have done things a little differently, looking back on all the years of student ministry, because of my family. You know, when you're in the middle of doing things for God, you often forget what all God has given you because you're in the midst of service. I think Martin Luther, the founder of the Protestant faith, unintentionally, by the way, he never meant to leave the Catholic Church. They just left him, decided he shouldn't be there. And that was because he saw about the grace of God. It said that when he would wake up in the morning, that if he knew he had a long day, he would wake up earlier. He said, I have so much to do today. I must spend more time in prayer. And my understanding was many days he would spend 3 hours in prayer before he'd even get started. So he'd get up earlier. What are some of the things I would have done differently? Well, you know, last week, if you listened to last week, I talked about the best time for college students was when the Christmas break started, and then going to Colorado with them, getting back on the 23rd. Well, I could have done that once every 3 years, maybe. I didn't have to do it every year. Could have done something else. That would have been a lot easier on my family. I did multiple trips that were on the day after Christmas or the 28th of December, and we could have made those different times of the year, although we were usually looking at when we were strategically doing stuff. But make sure that whatever you do for your family, realize this. Whatever you say yes to, you're saying no to everything else. Whatever you say yes to, if it's not for your family, then you're saying no to your family for those periods of time it takes to accomplish those tasks. That's the teaching of Dr. John Maxwell and probably many other people, because they realized after doing so much, there's some things, no matter how good they are, just don't need to be done. Now, did we have success on those retreats? Absolutely. Was my family gracious during those times? My wife and children were amazing. I can't thank them enough. But I should have thought better, and I should have done things differently. On this side of life, I am very glad that we did so many things. I wish I had done less of so many good things and more of so many good things with my family, especially around the Christmas season, which is so much about family. And so my joy to you this year is the joy of saying no. That yes is a great answer, but mostly when it's for your family. And no is a great answer, especially when it's about tasks that don't necessarily have to be done now. or can be done at another time, or maybe shouldn't be done at all, that somebody else can do them better. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Youth Worker on Fire.
You've been listening to the Youth Worker on Fire podcast. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and tell your friends. Also, leave a comment and tell us what you think. Stay tuned for more informative episodes.